Hi everyone, my name is Yolanda Johnson and I am doing my case presentation on CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I work currently in my field placement in a psychiatric hospital that serves inpatient, intense inpatient, as well as outpatient therapy. I have been following this one particular client. He has been battling depression for some time now, and I think this will be a good time to do a mock presentation or therapeutic session. The person that's going to be my actor is my colleague. So, just to jump right in, I'm going to uh, talk to him about confidentiality and CBT. Just to get into a little depth of what CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. It helps the client to reflect on their feelings through self-awareness. It helps the client to understand why they feel the way that they feel and to tap into some of those positive emotions to incorporate that in those negative instances that they may have to redirect their thinking. So that's the whole point of this particular session. This client is battling depression again, and he feels tired and disassociative with his friends. So, hi, just to jump right in, my name is Yolanda Johnson. Thank you for coming to see me again. This session will be very confidential, extremely confidential, unless you say anything that could be of harm to yourself or possibly someone else. Then I will have to get help for that. But other than that, thank you for coming in today. I know we met a few weeks ago and you were talking about you wanted some ways to manage your stress that didn't result in you taking any medication. You wanted to find some natural ways to kind of cope with the tiredness that you have been feeling. So, what brings you in today?
A few weeks ago, I was supposed to meet up with some friends to do some studying, but I was so tired, I just couldn't go. We usually meet up every week, but I felt low.
Okay. So, what made you feel low?
I started thinking about my friends talking and laughing. I wouldn't have anything to say.
Really? I know that could be really tough. Um, you not having anything to say and you're talking with your friends. So, what else about that particular moment, or what else were you feeling?
They would probably think I was boring and no need for me to be there with them because I can make everyone else miserable.
Oh, you feel like you make everyone else miserable because you are unable to really talk to them and express the way you feel to kind of contribute to the communication that you have with your friends.
Yes.
That's definitely understanding. And I do, it sounds like that you're really having some difficult thoughts as well, um, associated with your friends. And that's understandable. But how are you able to work through that, or what other thoughts do you have, or do you have any feelings associated with those thoughts?
Um, the others always seem pretty happy at those times, and they're very angry. It just feels like I can't contribute to the happy environment.
Okay, you can't contribute to the happy environment. Okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to take some notes periodically just to track what you're saying, so that I can be able to help you that way. And if you want to, you can have the notes that I take. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. Did it make you think of how they may see you?
Mm, yes.
It did? Okay. What tells you that?
I've usually been in control of my feelings, but I've lately felt as if I wouldn't be a good friend.
Okay. Are you getting any sleep at the moment?
So tired, no energy. I got tearful.
You got tearful and you didn't have any energy?
Not even after sleep, I still feel tired.
Okay. So let's reframe some of your thoughts and reflect on some of the feelings that you had It looks like you said that you feel tired, you don't have any energy, and you blame yourself for not having that friendship, that connection with your friends to be able to be happy and to have that conversation with them. So, just to jump right in, what are some things that you do that does make you feel good? What are some things that you participate in that makes you feel good?
I really enjoy yard work and it helps me reflect on things.
The yard work helps you to reflect on things. Well, that's a positive. You like to do yard work. Yard work helps you reflect on things. So why don't we do this? Why don't we why don't we talk about the way yard work, uh, the feelings you have with yard work, and let's try to incorporate some of those feelings throughout the day. Do you think you can try to do that?
I think this is worth a try.
You think it's worth a try? What kind of yard work do you do? Like cut grass or?
Yes,
Okay, okay. You plant anything?
flowers.
You like to plant flowers? Okay, that's great. That's great. So let's reflect on those positive emotions. And when you cutting grass, how do you feel when you cutting grass?
Happy.
You feel happy? So let's, in the morning when you get up, let's think about that. Let's think about that happy feeling of cutting grass and what you contribute to make your yard look beautiful. And let's try to incorporate that into the day or when we start feeling those negative behaviors or emotions. Do you think that that can help?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this in a week. We're going to try to incorporate 6 positive emotions that we get from yard work when we start to feel down. We're going to think about those emotions, okay? And we're going to meet again next week and we're going to talk about how that worked out for you. How incorporating those positive emotions helped you to overcome that depression, okay? Or that disassociative feeling that you feel of tiredness. So let's try that. And we'll meet again next week. Do you think that'll work?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming in, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Again, CBT is about redirecting emotions, negative emotions, into positive emotions, or feelings. Sometimes our mental capacity can become our physical capacity. Sometimes when we are depressed, we sometimes disassociate. Our disassociative feelings make us feel tired and we feel overwhelmed. So therefore, if we can change that negative feeling and incorporate a positive emotion or a positive feeling, then we can overcome that depression. So I gave my client a homework task to try to incorporate 6 positive emotions throughout the day and to see how that will in turn help him get through that negative feeling that he may have at that moment. And after that, we'll come back and meet again in a week and we'll talk about how he was able to progress or how he was able to overcome. Thank you. CBT is very beneficial because I think it helps therapists to really outline the depth of what the issue is in as far as anxiety and depression, and it helps us to really understand our client's psyche to see what will work individually for our client. Like my particular client today, he likes to cut grass, he likes to do yard work. So I think that the feelings that he get from that will be beneficial, and he can apply that throughout his day, that positive feeling that he get. So I think cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the most influential therapeutic techniques to use because it also empowers them to overcome their own issues, their own depression. Because at the end of the day, we all may have those depressive symptoms at one point in our lives. So it's important for us to feel empowered through our own capabilities to overcome that and to not let that negative feeling drown us out or overshadow the way that we feel, and in turn kind of help us to get through the day. So I hope my little technique or my interview presentation was beneficial. I will be studying more on CBT because there is much more I want to learn. Thank you, and that's the end of my video.